Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friendship Pearson, and yes, happy 4th of July. Hope you guys have a good family time, a great outing. Those of you all who had to work, hope you got some fun time in. And let's say it together. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. You are looking at The Economist magazine. I featured this in a DQ skit earlier, of which I hope you enjoyed. Well, this is not a skit. July 6th of 2024, this edition has hit the newsstand. When I did my first video today, a subscriber asked the question, did you guys see The Economist magazine and the cover? And man, I think it speaks for itself. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that you would see the presidency depicted like this? It hit me. I joked about it, but hey, on a serious level, this is serious. This is an image you don't want for any country. And I'm for the newspapers and communications doing their job. I gotta tip my hat to them. This is as accurate as you can be. Put in the comment section, what do you think? I mean, besides a bib, a rattler, and some milk and cookies, I mean, hey, people, look. This magazine here is an international magazine. And it has done some stunts. Look, they have featured some of the most artistic, relevant, edgy, hard-hitting covers and journalism that the world has ever known. The title is No Way to Run a Country. And from what I understand is that they're more Democratic than they are Republican. I don't know how true that is. For those of you all who know more than me, comment. Do you think they're more Democratic than Republican? Because if that's the truth, it must have took a whole lot to do this. I mean, the vultures are circling. Baby, America the beautiful. Somebody put a microphone down there in New York Harbor and interview the Statue of Liberty. Get her take on this thing, because this is serious. Now, y'all know back in the day, I featured this one here. This is the December 12th. I want to say, December 12th of 2012. Oh, no, December 22nd of 2012. Here it is here. December 22nd of 2012. The gift that goes on giving. Now, people, in relation to this here, when you go way back to this one here, and you see oil and fires in the world and America, kind of like Washington, D.C. toppled over, and that's Hamas, aiming and shooting at Israel. You see that? Hamas being predicted to shoot at Israel. How did they know to do this 11 years in advance? They got Barack Obama in a pride boat. They got the devils on the internet. They got Mitt Romney. They got Russia, China. Baby, this thing is loaded. And the devil's giving orders to the whole world. And oil is spilling. Evidently, there's an economic dilemma here. With all this going on, and like I said, when you look at that, in relation to this, come on, man, we need some leadership right away. So I'm still on the bandwagon. I believe Joe got to go. these powers, they tell you in advance what they're going to do. And at some point, a solution has got to break through. And baby, this ain't it. This ain't it. Now, earlier, I also presented Trump from yesterday. I do believe that he had to know the microphone was on and this was going to hit social media, because he's been kind of quiet. But I call this an uppercut and a jab and, you know, a wink and a smile saying, hey, Mr. Titanic, you going down? I'm going to have a little fun as you going down. But Trump, he says, he called Biden some names up in here. Let me see if I can find this from the past. He called him a broken down pile of crap. And then he said when it came down to Kamala, no. Yeah, when he said Kamala, he basically said, hey, she ain't no better. And then he said that Joe is quitting. Those are the words that he's saying. So let me play that for you. I might have to play it twice. Check this out.
How did they do with the debate the other night? He kicked that old broken down pile of crap. Yeah. It's a bad guy. He just quit, you know. He's quitting the rest. Is that right? Yeah, I got him out of it. And that means we have Kamala. I think she's going to be better. She's so bad. She's so pathetic.
That's not good. Make sure we get this curse word out the way. So he's saying, how did I do in the debate the other night? Now, you know he knew the camera was on him. So he's squawking, right? Now check it out. And then let me turn it up, because I want to bring some points from this thing.
With the debate the other night. He kicked that old broken down pile of crap. Yeah. It's a bad guy. He just quit, you know. He's quitting the rest. Is that right? Yeah, I got him out of it. And that means we have Kamala. I think she's going to be better. She's so bad. She's so pathetic.
Nah, look. When I was growing up, they call that signifying. In other words, you trash talking. You know, I don't know why it's to reach that level, but hey, it has. Maybe it reflects the times. I am confident that Trump meant for not only Biden, but the whole world to hear this. Basically, look, going down with the ship, I'm going to make sure you stay under. Now, I want you to listen to a long-time politician, the guy even ran for president back then, Lindsey Graham, because all this ties in. It's a perception thing at this point. See, because when we go and we have this, it might be fun and games, but it's serious. The perception of America, you know how when you might be in a skirmish or about to get in a fight, they say half the battle is reasoning and perception in relation to your past. If this is what's going around the world, this publication, and this is on the internet, so you know 1 billion people have seen this. I said 1 billion with a B. They didn't seen this by now. That's projecting an image. You feel me? In relation to some things that the world is going through, arguably right about now. So when you see Trump clowning the way he clowning, somebody got to speak up, and Lindsey Graham is speaking up. Check it out.
Yeah, how does he absorb what's going on in the world, given what we saw in the debate? Our enemies are watching that debate. I'm very worried about what they took away from this debate. If you're Iran, do you really push before November to get a nuclear weapon, thinking that Biden's compromised? The bottom line here, this is a very dangerous time. When President Trump told our enemies, watch what you're doing here, don't take advantage of this situation. I hope our enemies are listening. But 76% of the American public believe that Joe Biden is not capable mentally of having the job. If you're a Democratic senator in these contests, Joe Biden is going to sink you. I think they'll replace him. I think it's going to be abundantly obvious you cannot convince the American people this guy can serve another 4 years, that he's not mentally with it, The world is too dangerous to have him in the commander-in-chief chair. So,
what do you think? Do you agree with his assessment? He met with the governors yesterday, right? Or was it the day before? JoJo met with the governors. And they got all out there in front of the camera. Joe has our wholehearted support. He had our back. Here, let me pull this up. I wanted to throw up. Hold on a minute. Let me bring that to you. It was pathetic. Governors meet with Joe Biden. Might have to type that in. Let me type that in. Governor, Governer, meet with Biden, right? I want you to hear what they had to say. Right? They got out there and well, first I got to type it right? Governors. Now, which governors, Pearson? Democratic. I tell you this Google search sometimes. You really got to work it. Here we go. I want you, and then everybody was there, right? Let's get to the microphone. Let's get it on. See what they got to say here.
Out of this meeting as well.
Back and the feedback was we are working to the middle class and what we understand was a Trump presidency was chaos, destruction. A Biden presidency was dealing with COVID, using the science, investing in infrastructure, and working to the middle class. And all of us are trying to figure out and just want to make sure as governors we're on the front line of many of these things. We're in states, whether they're swing states or not, where folks care.
Let's go to one that give directs.
All the things that have happened, the governors have his back, and we're working together just to make very, very clear on that. A path to victory in November is the #1 priority.
President Biden's keeping the support of several Democratic governors. The state leaders met with the president and his re-election campaign team yesterday at the White House. You can see Governor Walz is one of them. Biden wants to drop any concerns over his candidacy after a shaky debate performance against former President Donald Trump.
All of us believed in the first time who could beat Donald Trump and did beat Donald Trump.
Despite that backing, a few Democratic and many Republican leaders are not sold on the president's ability to run the country and want him to.
So it's conflicted. But it looked like the majority of the governors that were there had his back. I don't get it. I don't get it. But Lindsey Graham, he gave his spiel. What is your spiel? Did you email your governor? Is your governor, you got a Democratic governor in your neck of the woods? I think Lindsey Graham hit on the head. We have to look more than just national. We have to look international. And for Trump to have to say something while Biden is in office, that's using Kimby's all day, okay? In other words, he babysitting. Anytime a former president got to speak for him because the perception is like this, you know he need to go. Look. Trump said, y'all better not make no move. And Trump also said during the debate, the first day he in office, he gonna make some moves in the first place. Did he not? Okay, so let's not act like we crazy here. Now, Trump then went in silent mode. Check this out. I ran into this today. Trump stays quiet, relatively, hoping Biden stays in the race. Look at that strategy. The former president has spent months painting President Biden as incapable of leading, but he has let Democrats do the doubting when it comes to whether Mr. Biden should leave the race. Amid the flurry of Democrats questioning whether President Biden should or will remain his party presidential nominee, former President Donald J. Trump has stayed usually quiet on the issues publicly. Mr. Trump rarely on to shy away from sharing his opinion, has not been fully silent since last week's debate, giving a handful of radio interviews and keeping up a steady stream of posts and videos on his social media platform, Truth Social. But Mr. Trump has largely sat back and allowed the Democratic Party to dominate the debate over Mr. Biden's political future in a signal of his preferred opponent. And you know what this reminds me of? I want y'all to see something, because I'm all about image also, right? I want y'all to see something here. Debate night between Trump and Biden. I want to show y'all something. Sorry not for being all organized, but hey, things just come up in my brain. The night of the debate. Let me see if I can get the whole thing. The whole night of the debate. I want the whole thing because I want y'all to see the ending. Is this it here? You know what I need to do? We're gonna do this here. Jill helps Biden off the stage after debate. Now, I want y'all to see something here. This is very important. This is very important. I want y'all to see this here.
So Trump walking off the stage.
This is not really talked about. So I'm gonna just let y'all see it. See if I can show it here. Trump disappeared. He literally disappeared. He literally disappeared. Watch this. When the debate was final, and I can't get it the way I want to, can I? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Look at that. Look at that. Trump walked it off. I'm gonna back it up. Follow it. He's right here. He's gonna be right here. Watch this. Watch this. This told me everything I needed to know. After the debate, she went and got him. You feel me? That's a message to the world. He's the man. I need Kimby's. He's the man. I need Pampers. He's the man. When I saw the debate, watch Trump. He walked it off. I'm gone. I didn't say what I had to say. There was a president, and help me out, some of y'all historians. What president was that said, be prepared, be brief, and be seated? Come on now, y'all gotta help me on this. I know I'm everywhere, but look, my mind go history. It was a president that knew exactly what to do. What president said, be prepared, be brief, and be seated? What president said, be prepared, be brief, and be seated? And be seated. This is on time. SEATED. There was a president back in the day, Franklin D. He the man. Did y'all get that right? Franklin D. Just put right in the comment section if you got it. He said, he said, what? Be sincere, be brief, be seated. I almost had it right. I think most people quote it, be prepared, be brief, and be seated. When I see what Trump did, and he walked it off, and didn't have to be babysitted, baby, that was a Roosevelt move all day. I got this covered. I didn't say what I had to say. Joe got jacked, and I'm moving on. I didn't say what I had to say. I'm the man. It's deep, y'all. Images, perception is everything. My mama used to preach that to me. Do you think the kids in this generation understand that? And how many of y'all grew up in that on that precept, on that philosophy? Because you gotta fake it till you make it. When I was broke back in the day and I couldn't afford no shoe polish for my shoes, I remember watching a talk show. Lady said, get some Vaseline, put it on your shoes and make them shine and go on to the interview. Do you feel me? Gotta fake it till you make it. Perception is everything. So yeah, Trump ain't talking as much. He don't have to. He's letting the thing cave in by itself. Trump was on the campaign trail and talk show circuit like nobody's business. But it seems to me, and I think this guy got it right, ever since the debate, look, he ain't got to do nothing. It's going to implode. Oh, baby, what a strategy. Got to shake the man's hand if I meet him one day. What you think, people? I'm Friendship Pearson. If you like the work, please subscribe, thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Is Trump doing the right thing? How long do you think he'll go silent? A few more days? Again, is it the right strategy? I think it is. What's the other saying? Silence is golden. And you got to be a strategist in this thing because you're spending a hell of a lot of money trying to get this thing done. You ain't got to spend nothing when your opponent slips on his own banana, of which Joe Biden has. Let Joe Biden dominate the media. You feel me? In other words, the game then flipped. The last, arguably last 3 to 6 months, Joe, well, allegedly, the Democratic governors and mayors and DA, they had him in the spotlight in New York and other cities, put him in jail and everything, in Georgia, you feel me? He was in the spotlight. Now the thing has flipped. He's quiet. He ain't got to say nothing. Joe slipped on his own banana. Hey, man, I admire it. What's going to happen next? I'm Friendship Pearson. I'm out of here. Happy 4th of July. God bless America.